Hi folks, Pastor Jim here with a little bit of the guidelines that we're going to be following as we come back together, as we regather for worship this coming Sunday. So you'll notice when you come to the church, first off, you need to come to the front doors. The back doors are going to be locked, so you need to come in the front. As you come in the front door, some of you are going to be wearing masks, some not. We are not going to require you to wear masks. We're going to suggest that you do, but we aren't going to require it. If you come and want a mask, we have some extras as you come in the door. Now, as you come in, the first thing you're going to do as you come up the steps is we are going to have Nurse Dawn. Dawn is going to be here taking your temperatures. It's very easy. Just she'll run a quick scan across your forehead. Now, if you have a temperature of less than 100, you're allowed to stay. If your temperature is over 100, we're going to ask maybe that you step aside and wait just a couple of minutes and then let her take your temperature again. Sometimes just being in the car, your temperature can go up. If your temperature is below 100, again, you can stay. If it's 100 or higher, we're going to ask that you go back home and maybe check a couple of other things out. We do have a poster here at the church that lists some symptoms of COVID. If you meet any of these symptoms, fever, cough, shortness of breath, chills, shaking with chills, muscle pain, headache, sore throat, diminished taste or smell, if you have any of these symptoms, again, we're going to ask that you just go back home and wait until you're feeling a little bit better. As you come in then, have your temperature taken. We'll have a sanitation station we have right here. You can sanitize your hands before you go in the sanctuary. You can pick up a bulletin here. We're not going to have people handing the bulletins out. You can just grab one yourself and then come into the sanctuary. One of the things that we're asking that you do is not to congregate in groups as you come in or as you leave, but just come in and go immediately to find your seat. We have offering plates here. You can drop something in the offering plate as you come in or as you leave. We won't be passing the plates. As I said, when you come in, we want you to go right to your seat. Now, you will notice as you come in that we have every other pew blocked off with painter's tape. So you might not be able to sit in the pew that you normally sit in. We do ask that you not remove the tape from the pews. Leave it there and only sit in those pews that aren't blocked off. We have items on the floor too so that you can maintain social distancing as you enter. One of the things that we're going to ask you to do is to avoid shaking hands or giving hugs to one another unless it's family that you've been around. What we do encourage is a smile and a wave across the room as you say hi to people that you might not have seen for a while. So again, come in, find your seat, sit at one end of the pew or the other. Just make sure you maintain social distancing between the pews. At the conclusion of our worship time, I will be coming down off the stage and dismissing you one row at a time from the front to the back. As I dismiss you, we'll encourage you to go back out into the lobby and just head right outside. Again, please don't congregate in a group in the back of the sanctuary or in the lobby. You're welcome to do that outside if you want to do so. Now, some people have asked about our children's ministries. We are not going to have anything for our children at this time. There's no Sunday school at the 9 o'clock hour. We'll simply gather at 10 o'clock. We will not have Sunday school. We will not have children's worship. So the lower level of the building is blocked off. We want you to stay on this level. Also for children's worship, since we aren't having it, typically we supply little bags for the children. We are not going to be doing that either. So you want to bring things along with you that your children can use to play with. So as you come out, you walk down the steps, you will leave. You can sanitize your hands as you go out if you want. Don't leave your bulletins laying in the pew or masks or anything. Take those things with you and dispose of them as you go. You'll also notice that our water fountains, we have them closed off. We don't want multiple people drinking one right after the other out of the water fountain. So what we're also encouraging you to do is if you think you might need a drink during the service, bring a bottle of water with you. But again, make sure you take it home with you. Don't leave it in the pews. Some others have asked about restrooms, whether they'll be available or not. Yes, they will be available. Most of you know where our restrooms are. They're just right down the hallway. We do have some guidelines for you to follow as well, which sounds kind of funny, but some guidelines for you to follow as you use the restrooms. When you are done in the restroom, we'd like you to do several things, and there are some signs that are posted in the restrooms that offer some of those steps we'd like you to take. First, we want you to please use the wipes that are provided in order to sanitize the toilet seat, something you probably never thought somebody would ask you to do at church, but we're going to be asking you to do that. Also use the wipes to sanitize the faucet and the sink. Make sure you wash your hands thoroughly before you leave the restroom, and then make sure that you kind of wipe that sanitizer just over the top of the light switch and the door handle as you walk out. We do have some extra sanitizer here for you to use as well. So again, worship is going to start at 10 o'clock. You might want to come a little bit earlier since we'll be taking people's temperature as they come in so that there's enough time. We don't want people clogging up the entrance to the church as they come in. Lastly, if you do not feel safe yet to come to our regathering time, don't do so. We're not going to be upset if you aren't able to make it with us for worship. We'll miss you, that's for sure, because we love you and we want to all be together. But if you don't feel like you're ready, that's okay. You come when you're ready, and we will be here ready to welcome you. So that's kind of some guidelines that we have for our regathering. Most of you that come to this church regularly should have received that in written form in our newsletters. Make sure you read through that. And again, for those who are ready for it, make sure you come on out Sunday morning. We'll have some singing time. We'll have a message from God's Word on Psalm 42. We look forward to seeing you. So God bless. This is Pastor Jim signing off.